My wife passed away 3 years ago. Every year on her death anniversary, my son watches a video of her. Late one night, he suddenly walked up to me with the tablet and said, "Dad, Mom just started talking in the video." My heart stopped. Because that video was AI generated from a photo of my wife. She never actually spoke. "Son, what did Mom say to you?" The video had no sound. I don't know what she said, but I feel like she was trying to tell me something important. His tone was off. He definitely wasn't lying. After he fell asleep, I picked up the tablet to check the video. With the help of AI, my wife was dancing gracefully. I looped it 11 times. Nothing unusual. Just as I was about to turn it off, she suddenly froze. Then she walked toward the screen, crying, almost as if she knew I was watching from the other side. And then, she actually spoke, but the video had no sound. So I couldn't hear what she said. Freaked out, I threw the tablet on the floor. Am I losing my mind? Or did my son and I both hallucinate? I wasn't ready to give up. I picked up the tablet again. But for 2 whole hours, she just kept dancing. She never spoke again. No, I need to stay calm. This has to be some kind of PTSD symptom. I should see a therapist when I have time. The next morning, I opened the door to get the milk. That's when I noticed half a footprint on the doormat. Weird shape, like someone had stood there for a long time, then carefully wiped away most of the evidence. I had just changed the mat last night. Who left that footprint? During breakfast, I casually asked my son, "Xiao Shui, did you hear any weird noises last night? I think I heard Mom calling my name." That sent a chill down my spine, but I tried to stay calm. Then I went to my home office. I noticed an extra book on the desk. It was one of my wife's old books about architectural design, but I clearly remembered putting it back in the cabinet. Why was it out here? A bad feeling rushed over me. I grabbed the book and flipped through it quickly. Then I noticed a folded corner on page 237. That's not right. This book never had a folded corner, and it looked fresh. Who folded it? Was it trying to tell me something? Then I went to the kitchen, found a cigarette butt on the floor. White filter with a gold ring around it. Not a cheap brand. Neither my son nor I smoke, and none of my friends smoke that kind. Someone definitely broke into my house last night. Fear crawled all over my heart like vines, so I immediately called my friend Wang Qiang. I told him everything. "Chen, call the police." But I have no evidence. The cops won't be able to do anything. Then get the highest end fingerprint lock right now. And install a camera at your front door. A hidden one. Good idea. I'll do it right away. I called a locksmith. He came in the afternoon with the lock and started installing. But then, I got a call from an unknown number. "Are you Chen Jie?" "This is Lily." My heart jumped at the name. Lily was my wife's best friend before she passed, but I hadn't talked to her in a year. "Lily, what's up? Yesterday was Lanlin's death anniversary, so I thought I'd call and see how you're doing. Has anything strange been happening in your life lately?" I got tense immediately. The question came out of nowhere. Like she knew something, so I decided to play it cool. "Nothing weird. Everything's fine here. The dead can't come back. You've got to look forward. Don't overthink things. Don't scare yourself." Every word she said sounded rehearsed, like she was trying to calm someone who had already noticed something. Lily is definitely hiding something. After the call, the locksmith had finished installing the new lock. I set my fingerprint. Then Wang Qiang came over with a potted plant. "Chen Jie, this is a hidden camera. Just leave it by your front door. You can check the feed on your phone." That night I sat on the sofa, staring at the live feed on my phone. Nothing unusual even until 3 a.m. Just as I was about to give up, a person appeared out of nowhere. They wore sunglasses and a mask, covering their face completely. They walked up to my door suspiciously, pulled out a key and put it in the lock. But since I changed the lock that afternoon, they couldn't get it open. They paused for a second, clearly confused, but didn't leave right away. Instead, they paced back and forth, anxious. They raised their hand to knock a couple of times, but then put it down. After a while, they finally left, clearly frustrated. Fear completely overwhelmed me, because that person's body shape and way of walking was exactly like my deceased wife Lanlin. Wait, did Lanlin never actually die? I sent the video to Wang Qiang immediately. At 6 a.m., he rushed into my house. "Chen Jie, that person really looks like Lanlin. But didn't she die in that construction accident 3 years ago? So I want to find out what really happened 3 years ago. I'll help you. I have some connections. I'll ask around about the case files from that accident. See if anything's fishy." Wang Qiang left. The next afternoon, he came back with a folder. "Chen Jie, I found something. This is the investigation report from the construction accident. I shows that several bodies were found at the scene. One of them was hit by heavy debris, disfigured beyond recognition. They confirmed it was Lanlin through DNA matching. But here's the problem. Back then, to speed up identification, they provided 2 DNA samples. One was taken from your son. The other was provided by a direct relative of hers. But Lanlin was an orphan. She had no direct relatives. Then who provided the sample? You won't believe it. It was her best friend Lily. My brain exploded. A bold, almost crazy guess started forming in my mind. That disfigured body might not have been Lanlin at all. She provided the DNA sample. What if it was actually her own DNA? She and Lanlin could have been in on it from the start. Together, they faked Lanlin's death. But why would they do that? And why did the AI video of Lanlin suddenly speak? Was she trying to tell you something important? Wang Qiang's words struck me. I grabbed the tablet and watched the video with him. At first, Lanlin danced normally. After 44 loops, she suddenly stopped. Then something eerie happened. Lanlin walked toward the screen with a terrified look and said something to me and Wang Qiang. Wait, that's not right. Earlier, she was crying when she spoke to me. Now she looks terrified. Why? I called my son over. "Xiao Shui, how many times did you loop the video? Before Mom spoke? And what was her expression like?" I remember it was after 6 loops that Mom spoke. She looked really happy. Very kind. I fell into deep thought. 3 different expressions mean 3 different emotions. Happy with my son. That makes sense. Sad with me. Maybe she missed me. But terrified with Wang Qiang. Could it be she's afraid of him? That means I can't trust anyone right now. Not even Wang Qiang. With that thought, I made an excuse to send Wang Qiang away. Then I called Lily. "Lily, do you remember that AI video of Lanlin dancing?" "Yeah, I remember. The one you made with AI." "Right. On Lanlin's death anniversary, after my son watched the video, he suddenly said that he saw Lanlin talking to him in the video. Funny, right?" Lily paused when she heard talking. "No way. Are you sure he wasn't mistaken?" "I don't know. Why don't you come over and see for yourself? Sure, I'll be right there. 10 minutes later, Lily arrived. I played the video for her. Again, Lanlin danced normally. After 22 loops, she suddenly stopped. Then she slowly walked toward the screen. But instead of speaking, she covered her mouth with her hand. How is this possible? Did you modify the video with AI? No, I didn't. It's the same video the whole time. Lily looked genuinely shocked. Not like she was faking. But that doesn't clear her. If there's nothing else, I should go. Lily took off without looking back. Was she scared of something? Watching her flee like that, I knew I was getting closer to the truth. Then my phone rang. Wan Qiang. Chenji, I got in touch with an AI expert. Send me that video right now. I'll have the expert analyze it for you. I sent him the video immediately. Then I found one of Lanlin's bank cards in the study. She opened this account before we got married. I never knew the PIN. A dead person can't open a new bank account. If Lanlin is really alive, she'd probably use this old card. So I took our marriage certificate and her death certificate to the bank. I handed the card to the teller. Hi, I'd like to check and then close my deceased wife's account. The teller nodded and started working on the system. A few minutes later, her expression turned strange. She looked up at me, then looked back down at the screen, double-checking. Hello, did you find something? That's odd. The system shows a withdrawal from this card yesterday at 4 p.m. From an ATM. My blood ran cold. Yesterday at 4 p.m. That was right after I called Lily. How much was withdrawn? 2,000 yuan. My blood boiled. A woman who's been legally dead for 3 years, and her bank card just got used at an ATM. It's beyond creepy. May I see the surveillance footage from that ATM? I'm her legal husband. I have the right to know who accessed my wife's account. The employee called the manager. She explained what happened. Eventually, the manager agreed to show me the footage. In a small back room, I stared at the screen. The video loaded quickly. It showed a corner of the bank's self-service area. At 4:05 p.m., a woman walked up to the ATM. She wore sunglasses and a mask, just like the person outside my house the other night. You couldn't see her face, but her body shape and the way she walked. It was so much like Lanlin. No, it was Lanlin. I called Wan Qiang and told him to come to the bank. He only needed one look. He also agreed it was definitely Lanlin. Chenji, why would Lanlin fake her death? What's her goal? Right now I want to know what's up with that video. Did the expert figure anything out yet?
For now, there's still nothing, but I suspect it's just an AI-generated video expression. I estimate it was created using a side profile model. Don't dwell on this anymore. Let's just wait for the experts to provide results before we talk further. I just nodded, then returned home with Wang Kuang. After a night of discussion, we finally mapped out a plan to lure the snake out of its hole. The next day, I began the operation. I intentionally leaked information to neighbors and friends that I was planning to sell the house I lived in to take my son away from this painful place and move to a completely new city to start a fresh life. I even acted convincingly by visiting a real estate agency and signing a consignment contract. Very quickly, the agency started creating a buzz, bringing people over to view the house. In an instant, the news that we were selling our home spread everywhere. I had calculated it carefully. If Lan still had any lingering attachment to this family and her son, or if she had some motive regarding the things hidden in this house, she would definitely. Tranquiet, have you thought this through? By doing this, you're playing with fire. Lan is a desperate person now. If you push her into a corner, who knows what she might do? She won't dare. She's even more afraid of the consequences than I am. She's more afraid of her true identity being exposed than I am. She's just a rat hiding in the shadows now. As long as I stir up enough trouble, she will have no choice but to choose to negotiate with the homeowner, me. Even though I said that, I prepared everything. Wang Kuang helped me buy several miniature surveillance cameras. I hid them in every corner of the living room and the study, ensuring there were no blind spots in the house. At the same time, through a friend of Wang Kuang, I paid for a private investigator I trusted implicitly. I didn't ask him to do anything. I just needed him to use a long-range telephoto lens to monitor the area around my house and photograph all suspicious individuals. Everything was set. On the second day, when I brought people to view the house, the so-called Lele arrived. Her tone was even more urgent than before, with a hint of subtle pleading. Tranquille, I heard you're planning to sell the house. Why so suddenly? This house holds the memories of you and Lan. How could you just decide to sell it? I've thought it through. People must always look forward. But what about your son? The boy is used to living here. My son is grown up now. Whether he's used to it or not, that's not something you need to worry about. I didn't even wait for her to finish before hanging up. I knew the little fish, Lele, had taken the bait. Now, I just had to see when she would pass this information to the big fish, and when that fish would be unable to restrain itself and bite the hook. On the night, the agency brought the third group of viewers. Lan finally arrived, but she didn't use the front door. The surveillance camera showed that at 2 a.m., she moved like a gecko, agilely climbing onto the second floor balcony and silently sneaking into the living room. Lan knew the structure of this house like the back of her hand. I saw her walk straight toward the master bedroom. Her objective was clear. She seemed to be searching for something very important. The moment her hand was about to touch the master bedroom door handle, all the lights in the living room suddenly turned on. The sudden brightness made her freeze in place, like a statue struck by a paralysis spell. She slowly turned around, moving extremely stiffly. Wang Kuang and I were sitting right on the living room sofa, quietly watching her performance. She was still wearing sunglasses and a mask. After a few seconds of terrifying silence, Lan slowly took off the glasses and mask, then walked over to us. Lan, long time no see. Tran Keat, let me explain. I have my own reasons. Hearing this, Vuong Quang jumped up. Shut your mouth! What kind of reasons could you possibly have? I stood up to hold back the agitated Vuong Quang, my eyes never leaving Lan's face. You say it. What exactly is your reason? Please, don't ask anymore. I only came back today to get some personal belongings. For the sake of our marriage over the years, can't you just pretend none of this ever happened? Vuong Quang, standing beside me, laughed coldly with contempt. Just here to get personal belongings? Or back to get what you hid in the wall? This sentence was like a bullet fired straight into Lan's brain. Her face turned horrified in an instant. She stepped back several times, looking at us in disbelief. She hadn't expected us to know everything. Under the pressure of irrefutable evidence, Lan collapsed to the floor. Under our relentless interrogation, she finally revealed the truth, because I was originally a civil engineer. Years ago, on a major project I was in charge of, to save costs, I colluded with material suppliers to cut corners and received a huge commission. As a result, just before the project was completed, an internal inspection discovered serious safety risks that could cause catastrophic consequences at any time. Once exposed, not only would I face massive compensation, but I would also face imprisonment. Under extreme fear, I chose the most cowardly and despicable way, faking my death. I framed Lola, took advantage of a minor accident at the site, and meticulously planned the fake death scene. The things I hid were the remaining cash from that commission and a ledger recording all the black accounts. I didn't dare carry them with me, so I hid them in a wall partition in the master bedroom. I never went far. I stayed in a corner of this city, like a rat in a sewer, monitoring you and our son. I planned to wait a few more years for the storm to pass, then sneak back to take the money. This ill-gotten wealth could ensure a life of luxury. I did all this for the sake of this family. I looked at Lan, feeling only a wave of disgust. Lan thought I would call the police, but I didn't. Instead, I pulled out a voice recorder and a document folder. What is this? Inside the folder were 3 documents. First, a voluntary asset gift agreement transferring all premarital assets registered under her name, including the old house her parents left her, to me, unconditionally. Second, a divorce agreement where she voluntarily relinquished all marital assets and left with nothing. Third, a personal statement admitting she faked her death to deceive us and guaranteeing that from now on, she would never appear in my life again, or she would willingly accept the consequences. Lan looked at me in shock, as if seeing who I was for the first time. Tran Keat, what are you trying to do? I'm giving you 2 choices. 1, sign these documents, then go to the wall, take your dirty money, and get out as far as you can. Never come back. I believe that money is enough for you to live on for a few decades. Or don't sign. Then I will call the police right now, and you will certainly face prison. Lan nodded repeatedly. I knew you still loved me. Thank you for giving me a second chance. I'll take the money and leave right now. Soon after, Lan signed the papers and grabbed the money, but I stopped her immediately. Tran Keat, are you going back on your word? You misunderstood. I have one more question, I said, then pulled out a tablet and played that dance video for her. When the video looped to the 54th time, Lan suddenly disappeared from the screen. Both Vuong Quang and I, not expecting this, showed expressions of genuine horror. But Lan remained composed, not appearing frightened at all. Lan, what is this video? Did you play some tricks in it? I don't know what you're talking about. Isn't this just a normal dance video? I don't see anything wrong with it. I fell into deep thought. Could it be that Lan really didn't tamper with the video? But why did it happen like that? This was completely beyond scientific explanation. If there's nothing else, I'm leaving, she said, then took the money and left. Early the next morning, Vuong Quang came to my house. How is it? Are there results from the video? The video hasn't been analyzed yet, but as far as I know, Lolo moved out last night. She has completely left this city. It seems she really was in cahoots with Lan. But right now, I don't care about that. I just want to know what the deal is with that video. I keep feeling that the Lan in the video is hinting at something. The truth might not be as simple as I thought. I think you're just too obsessed. That video is just randomly generated by AI. Glitches are normal. No. It's not random. I actually found some patterns, I said, pulling out a notebook where I had recorded the video content we had all seen. Vuong Quang took the notebook to look. It read, son watches video, loops 6 times, Lan smiles, represents that Lan is happy to see her son. Number 6, hopes her son has smooth sailing and everything. Tran Keat watches video, loops 11 times. Lan cries. Number 11 implies Tran Keat is always lonely. The tears represent she was moved. Vuong Quang watches video, loops 44 times. Lan is terrified. Number 44 represents death. It means Lan was killed by Vuong Quang, so she showed terror. Lele watches video, loops 22 times. Lan covers her mouth, proves Lele knows the truth but is too scared to speak. Lan watches video, Loops 54 times. Lan Lan disappears. 54 represents my death. Lan Lan disappearing proves the real. Lan Lan is already dead, so the person watching the video is a fake. Vuong Quang finished reading, his face changing drastically. Tran Keat, I didn't expect you to figure it out. I just took care of Lolo last night. I didn't intend to deal with you, but since you know the truth, it seems I have to take care of you, too. Wait, before I die, I still have a few questions. Who exactly is that fake Lan Lan? And what is your motive for the crime? The fake Lan Lan is Lan Lan's identical twin sister. Years ago, I found her through connections at an orphanage. My motive? Obviously, money. 3 years ago, I found out Lan made a lot of money through illegal means, so I lured her to the construction site and hit her to death with a stone. Then I staged it as a construction accident. But I didn't know where she hid the money. I only recently investigated and found out she hid it in the wall partition of your house. I intended to take it when you were out, but that dance video ruined my plans, so I had to use this last resort. Vuong Quang pulled a dagger from his pocket. Wait, don't you want to know the truth about that dance video? What are you saying? Did you play tricks with that video? Haha, that's right. You should believe in science. That video, I actually got an AI expert to help me make it. The purpose was to lure. At that very moment, police officers rushed out from the bedroom. Vuong Quang knew it was over. He sobbed and threw the dagger down. Justice will eventually triumph over evil. The end.